Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Lincoln Center Theater continues their season on Broadway at the Belasco Theater with the 75th anniversary production of the landmark Clifford Odets play Golden Boy, directed by Tony Award winner Bartlett Sher. And I'm here on opening night to celebrate with the company led by Tony Shalhoub, Seth Numrich, and Danny Burstein.
You know, the Baltimore chocolate chop, he's not as good as you think he is. See, I've been studying his style for months, and I have perfected the exact punch that'll quench his thirst. I mean, and did you ever watch closely? See, he likes to, look, he likes to pull your lead, right? He pulls your lead, but then he hesitates there just for a second. Yeah, he pulls your lead, and then he slips his face away, and then he's in. But wait, suppose you catch that second where he hesitates, huh? He's open for the punch.
And what do you do with this left hook?
Avoid it.
Look at it, you idiot. You ever hear of Phil Mateo?
Yeah, I heard
Yeah,
of
well,
it.
the chocolate marked him lousy in 12 minutes and 10 seconds. Was Kid Peters within your ken? Oh, and how about Eddie Newton? The chocolate gave him the blues in 2 rounds. And Frisco Samuels and Mike Mason.
Yeah, well, did you ever hear of me?
No. Who are you? I would honestly like to know. Who are you?
My name is Bonaparte.
It's opening night. Bart, how do you feel?
I feel very relieved. You know, openings are always, in some ways I've not been as worried about this one. It felt like the play that we want to do was on stage tonight, so that part has been gratifying. You always feel the sense of mostly relief that you've honored everything you hope to honor in the play, and that all of the artists that you brought in to work on it worked at their highest, most accomplished level. And it's such a weird, alchemical, crazy magic thing making theater that you can never tell why certain things all go right and certain ones, no matter how correct you do everything, explode in a million pieces. And this is one of those ones where I felt like we were really lucky and we had a bit of grace and a bit of talent together.
Did you know right away?
No, oh no. I never know right away. I knew, no, not at all, because I was so attached emotionally to Awake and Sing that I think a big part of me, a big part of the experience of making this was letting that go and finding what was new in this. And I was very attached to that cast as well as I am to this one, and they're very different plays, and I was unaware how different. And the emotional experience of each one is fundamentally different. And so that transference, that shift, has been the one that's probably been the most important for me to make personally. You know, to get to the other side of that, because Awake and Sing was one of my favorite things I ever did until this one. And it was going to take a lot to live up to that one.
You so understand Odets.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I understand. I think I'm a good person for when the language is heightened, but the truth is, the subtext is deep. I can put the two things together well. And I have to say, working in the opera a lot has helped my musicality in theater. And the musicality that he has in his language has been, I think I'm even further along than when I did Awake and Sing. I think I'm even better at pulling that out and identifying and lifting that. And I get the people pretty well. I like the people.
And Clifford's son's been around during the whole process, right?
Well, Walt, we got to know Walt very much on Awake and Sing, and we've all been, both Andre and I are close to Walt. He's a wonderful executor and conservator of the estate, and he gives me the best notes. Walt is very, 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 very clever, intelligent, and smart about the work. He knows his father's work very well, so he'll say small things like, this has to be here, and what's going on there, and that doesn't make sense there. And they're things no one else would see because he's seen them a million times all over the place. And he's also you should talk to him. He's a great spirit of a person.
We're really, really feeling like it's starting to gel so well. And it's just an endlessly fascinating play. It's so multi-layered, so rich, such a strong, wonderful company of people. And we're all just kind of we're just feeling so blessed to be a part of it.
Because we spoke very early on in the rehearsal process. Tell me what it's been like working with your director in the rehearsal room and discovering the play.
Well, this is an extraordinary director who I hope to have the pleasure of working with again. I hope he's listening. And the whole process was, he gave us so much trust and so much guidance. We were allowed to try things, experiment. Even he at times would say that he needed to see it all pull together to really understand certain transitions, certain moments. So we were all free to explore together as a group. Nothing was dictated, nothing was forced, and it was just communal, just communal, wonderful month of discovery. And then we had the luxury of rehearsing while we were, during previews while we were performing.
Talk about this role and what you love about the play.
Oh, this role is it's incredibly challenging, but I love it. It reminds me of my own father. It's kind of like the father that I aspire to be in my own life, and I hope people will connect to it and relate to it. But the best part is that I have these other actors to work with that make my job so much easier.
And you had Clifford Odets' son here too, right?
He's been, Walt, he's been around and giving us an unbelievable amount of support. So it's, and also, again, I know I've said this before, but we're in the theater where the original production was done. So that feeling is giving us a lot of buoyancy.
Well, you look fine.
Yes, I feel good.
Why'd you send the money back, Papa? Huh? Christ, why did you come here, Papa? You sit there like my conscience.
Why you say so?
You know what? I have to do this, Papa. I have to fight. All right? It doesn't matter what you say or what you think. This is my profession now. Yet that I'm out for fame and fortune. I'm not out to be different or artistic. I don't intend to be ashamed of my life.
Yeah, I understand you.
All right, we'll go out and watch the fights,
Yeah,
then, huh?
you fight.
Yeah.
Now I know it's too late for music. Men must be free and happy for music, not like you. Now I see what you are. I give you every word to fight. I'm sorry for you.
I'll have to ask you to leave now, Mr. Bonaparte.
Joe, I hope you win every fight.
It's opening night. How do you feel?
I feel exhilarated. I feel wonderful. It was a wonderful opening night. And a lot of work building up to today, and I'm glad it's finally here.
Because we had spoken at the meet and greet. It was very early on in the rehearsal process. Yeah. Tell me what it's been like discovering this play.
Oh, it's been an amazing journey. If this show is successful, all the credit really goes to Bartlett Sher. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. He is just an amazing director, and it's an honor to work with him every single time. He's so smart. He keeps us our heads in the game. He keeps us asking the right questions, and it's always focused on making the show better. And he's a great director.
And talk about the play, what you love about that.
I love Golden Boy. It's it's so funny. I used to do scenes from Golden Boy at the High School of Performing Arts on 46th growing up. And I never imagined I would ever, do it on Broadway. And discovering this play again and discovering the character of Tokyo, it's just been an absolute honor and a pleasure. And having Walt Odets, Clifford's son, around, he is a very, very special person. And it's great having him around, having his insight and having his pats on the back, after a show. That really makes you feel wonderful.
So talk about his insight. I mean,
yeah, he's actually he told us a story today about how he was a pilot for over 40 years, and then how he would break through over the clouds. And he said this production makes him feel like
gave him that same exact feeling, like he was breaking through above the clouds. And it was a revelation, like he'd never seen it before. Pats on the back like that, from Clifford Odets' son, are something you just don't get every single day. This is a very special show, and it's been a wonderful and very special process.
And working with this cast.
Yeah, how about that? Everybody is an A-list cast member. It's like a masterclass every single time. They're smart, they're funny, but always unbelievably dedicated and relaxed and focused on the work. And again, it all goes back to Bartlett Sher keeping our heads in the game.
It's a tremendous company. You could see it on stage. It's a tremendously talented company, and we got such a wonderful director in Bart, and tremendous support from the Lincoln Center, and just the entire creative team too. Such brilliant people to work with. I'm very honored and humbled by the whole experience, I got to say.
You were terrific in this play. Talk about the role.
It's a terrific role. He's extremely difficult. Eddie Fuseli's an extremely difficult role. You got to try and convey a lot of information with certain limitations, but a wonderful challenge for me. And with Bart's inspiration, guidance, and pushing it together, and then just using different sources from my own personal experiences to put him together. Just extremely complex, complicated man. And and as I say, being able to batter that dialogue, that Clifford Odets dialogue amongst these people, like playing tennis, it's just so wonderful, so wonderful.
You have a dynamite cast.
Yeah, we really do, and I have to say, from the get-go, from the very moment that we had the reading around the table, the first reading, you could tell that it was just an accomplished group of actors, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Well, being back on Broadway, what's the best part of the experience for you, Anthony?
Well, it's just being back in New York, and I say, seeing friends and old friends, and I have to say repeatedly, people have said to me, welcome home, and it really touches my heart when people say that.
I just feel fantastic. I feel good. We put a lot of work into it, as you do with a project like this, and it just feels like it is all paid off and is paying off in just the best way imaginable. So I feel good.
You are so good in this show. Talk about this role that you play.
Thank you. I love it. I love Tom Moody. There is just something about him I get. And the guy tries. No matter what's going on, the guy tries. The guy works. He just keeps at it. And I think he's got a lot of faults, but he's got a lot of heart, and he's got his heart in the right place. Doesn't always necessarily make him do the right thing. But I think I can understand a guy like that. I think a lot of people can.
You so get Odets. Was it hard to get, or was it, talk about working with Bart, having Clifford's son around?
It's like Odets, when you start to get to when you start to get the swing of the language, he has a very particular way that he speaks. It sounds sort of modern in New York in a way, which it is, but it's also a very heightened thing. And then when you have it, it feels so good in the mouth to say, it feels so good to come out, and it is so precise in terms of the intention of what the character is saying that it's like once you're in there, it's kind of easy in a weird way. Because he does a lot of the work for you if you pay attention and work with it,
Can I tell you something?
Of course.
Now, if you laugh at me, I'm never going to speak to you again, all right?
I'm not the laughing type.
You see, with music, I'm never alone when I'm alone, I mean, playing music, that's like saying, I am man, I belong here. How do you do, world? Good evening. When I play music, nothing is close to me. I'm not afraid of people and what they think. There's no war in music, right? It's not like the streets. Does this sound funny to you?
No.
Yeah, but then you leave your room, and then down there in the streets, it is war, right? And music can't help you there. Do you understand?
Yes.
What was it like discovering this wonderful role you get to play with this company and your director?
Oh, wow. It's been a journey. It's not going to stop anytime soon. I feel like with every performance, I hear something new. I a new bit of dialogue makes more sense to me, and it's ever evolving, and we go deeper into the crevice of Lorna Moon because there's just so much to her. So, I mean, we've done what I think 30 previews. So, now we have another almost 2 months of shows to keep discovering.
She's such a wonderful character. The journey she takes. Talk about her and what you love about the play.
What I love about Lorna and the play, I mean, I love, well, with Clifford Odets, there's so much subtext in the play, and there's a lot to figure out, and we try things different ways and see if they work, and you try it on stage and see if it works with the audience as well, and I love that I've gotten to explore that with Lorna, and I love that she has a tragic past, and it's that she's a mess, and she has a father who's non-existent, and a mother that killed herself, and it's shaped her character to the way she is now, which is somebody who's sort of latched on to Tom Moody, and she thinks it's safe, and then Joe challenges her, in where she is in her life at that point, and all sort of hell breaks loose in her heart, I think. So, yeah.
And working with this remarkable company, there's 19 of you there.
Yeah, I know I have nothing to compare this to because this is my first time doing Broadway. So all I know is that we have an amazing cast. The people are beautiful, and I feel really lucky to have worked with those guys and Bart, who is amazing and has led us on this extraordinary journey and continues to do so. And yeah, I mean, to be surrounded by such amazing people has just made this a smooth ride.
And being in the Belasco Theater, where the show premiered years ago, what that's like.
Yeah, there's something haunting about that 75 years ago they were there and they did this show, and it's almost like they're, I don't know, watching from above or something, and and the ideas are still relevant, obviously, and the themes and everything that we're presenting. So yeah, I mean, it's really special to be in that theater. The theater has so much history, and it's stunning.
What an incredible role. Talk about the role.
Yeah, this role is a dream. It would be a dream for any actor to get to work on something like this. There's so much depth. There's so much struggle and frustration. And he's really a young man torn between so many different decisions and ideas and ways of functioning in the world. And there's so much to sink your teeth into, and it's an absolute pleasure to get to grapple with that every night, and yeah, it's amazing.
Talk about working with your director. There are so many sides to what you do in this show. Talk about working with Bartlett.
Yeah, Bart is one of those amazing directors who just, I don't even know where to start. I mean, he gives us the freedom, and he encourages that exploration to go in every direction possible and to find out as much as we possibly can. He's never satisfied in a good way. He has this passion for uncovering the deeper truths of the play. And he does it for all of the right reasons. He believes in this story, and he believes in everything that's underneath and inside of this story and this character and these people in this play. And he believes in bringing all of that out and offering it to the people that come and see it. And it's all the right stuff, and it's everything that you dream of as an artist. To get to work in this way, it's everything that I could ever want, and I've loved every minute of it.
Was he difficult for you to find?
Oh yeah, I mean, and continues to be so every single night. Yeah, he's a challenging character to play for a lot of reasons. He has so much inside of him, and he has so much anger inside of him, but also so much love inside of him, and he's just trying to figure out where to put all of it, and at the beginning of the play, he's really a young kid, and he gets caught up in all these sort of webs of love and deceit and success and fame and money, and he's losing his way, and it's hard to be inside of that every night and be able to come through clean on the other side. But it's a pleasure. It really is.
Working with this cast.
Yeah, the cast is unbelievable. I mean, every single person that I get to work with on the stage inspires me in different ways and blows me away and breaks my heart every single night. I mean, it's amazing.
You make me feel too human, Joe. All I want is peace and quiet, not love. I'm just a tired old lady, Joe, and I don't mind being what you call half-dead. In fact, it's what I like. And the twice I was in love, I took an awful beating, and I don't want that again, so I want you to stop it, Joe, and don't devil me. I beg you, don't devil me. Just let me alone. That's the third time I cried in my life.
Now I know you love me.